that off. All right. Check, 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 check. Farm and Country 790 KXXX. I'm Joel Navarro. In the studio with me got Scott Ryder. You might remember him from last year. Big interview, big events. He's with Parkinson's across America. Welcome back to Colby. Scott, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us. It's a pleasure to be here. This is one of our favorite stops on the whole journey.
We love having you here. I tell you what, you have a fantastic event coming up on Saturday, tomorrow, but you also have a fantastic story that goes with what you've been up to. So let's talk about what you're doing, Scott, what you've done, and kind of where you are from last year.
Well, as you may recall, we stopped in here about a year ago, June. Elaine Patachek invited us, and it wasn't really on our radar to stop in Colby, Kansas. We never heard of Colby, Kansas. I'm just being straight. And Elaine was very convincing, and I finally said, Elaine, Parkinson's across America, which we'll talk about in a minute, will stop in Colby, Kansas if you'll make me homemade noodles and lemon meringue pie. And Joe, I got here and there was lemon meringue pie and homemade noodles.
Probably quite delicious as well, too.
They were gone quickly.
And here you are. You're back.
Yes.
Absolutely. So let's talk about what you guys are doing with this documentary. Is the story you told me just a little while is fascinating.
Yeah, well, myself and a friend of mine who, like me, has Parkinson's. We've both had Parkinson's for 17 years. Jim Morgan lives in Miami. I live in Beaufort, South Carolina. And we came up with this idea to create a documentary about what life is really like with Parkinson's and really about hope and encouragement. So we started in Florida at a place called The Villages. If you've never heard of it, it's the largest retirement community in the world. And we ended in Manhattan Beach, California. And that encompassed 7,953 miles in a van with a film crew.
Wow.
And we filmed all aspects of Parkinson's, from physicians to people with Parkinson's to care providers to innovators to exercise experts. And we're putting that together in the format, a documentary, a 5-part series. And our goal is to sell it to a streaming service and then donate all the proceeds to the Parkinson's Foundation.
How long of a documentary? Do you know how long it's going to be?
Well,
lengthwise?
We know that each segment probably going to be 25 to 45 minutes. Luckily, along the way, this happened since we've last been to Colby, received not a phone call, I guess I received an email from a gentleman named Eric Lehman. And I thought, who is Eric Lehman? So 5 minutes before a conference call or video call with him, I looked him up and realized he's the creator of The Deadliest Catch, Axemen. And just Google him, and he is the man, and he's offered to help us. So we think that's going to be a real great addition to our team.
Absolutely. We're talking to Scott Ryder with Parkinson's Across America, and that brings you why you're in Colby. You have a free event, something big happening coming up tomorrow at the City Limits Convention Center. Let's talk about some of the speakers you're going to have and some of the things that people can see when they come out to learn more about Parkinson's.
Yeah, and really, this event is sponsored by Elaine Patachek, is the leader of an organization that she created called Families for Parkinson's of Northwest Kansas. And all the credit goes to Elaine. This is really her event, and she's invited me to be a keynote speaker. And then there's a panel of medical professionals that will be talking about Parkinson's. So it's a great event for anybody that has Parkinson's, knows somebody that has Parkinson's, cares for somebody that has Parkinson's. And I will tell you, it's a first-class event. I travel across the country and speak at these events, and there are none that are any finer than what Elaine has put together.
We encourage people to come out, get more information, talk to others, and we would love to see you. It's tomorrow, the 16th, City Limits Convention Center on Range, Colby, Kansas, here, 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. You can check out and get more information on the website at movingtolive.org. That's movingtolive.org. Or you can text. We'll make sure we get that text number as well, too. Well, we appreciate you coming by and saying hi. We wish you the best for the streaming service, because that's what everybody's watching now. It's amazing. No matter which platform you get on, it's pretty fantastic that you have that opera. Hopefully that winds up happening for you guys. But you got the Deadliest Catch guy behind you. I mean, it's
doesn't hurt.
Nice. Doesn't hurt at all.
You know, Joel, thanks for having us. And just one last thing before I part ways. I think the public is starting to really understand that Parkinson's is becoming a huge issue in America. It's the fastest growing neurological disorder in the world. In the rural farming communities, it's having an impact in a negative way somebody's actually diagnosed with Parkinson's every 6 minutes in the United States. And so I applaud Elaine for what she's doing here in Kansas, and look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow.
Real quick, are
Sure.
the numbers on Parkinson's trending upwards? And if they are they, as years go on, is it a small growth, or is it like you're starting to see gaps where it's getting bigger and bigger, and it's like to kind of...
No, the numbers are trending, unfortunately, upwards. In the next 5 to 10 years, the growth is expected to be between 20 and 30%.
Wow.
So think about that. There's over 1 million Americans with Parkinson's.
Is being in 2023 with the technology, the medical resources we have, getting closer to, I don't know if finding a cure is the right word to say, but or finding help? Is technology boosting that, or is it still kind of a struggle?
It's definitely a struggle. There are some things that have been very helpful. There's something called deep brain stimulation surgery, and Boston Scientific is one of the pioneers as it relates to that, and that's helped a lot of people. But here's what I tell people. I've had Parkinson's for 17 years, and if I was diagnosed 30 years ago, the physician would have prescribed a drug called carbidopa-levodopa. If I was diagnosed today in 2023, the physician would prescribe a drug called carbidopa-levodopa. So
wow.
I think what I would say is we're learning a lot about it, but we're learning that it's so dang complex that I don't want to be negative. A cure is not clearly in sight in the next 3 or 4 years, but I think making life better and learning how to live with it is definitely on the upswing.
Do you think there is a cure after our lifetimes down the road? Do you think it's possible? Do you think it's going to happen?
I really can't say. I don't want to be a naysayer because I'm a positive guy. That's how I get through life. But I think we're a long, long way from a cure. But there are certainly things we know that causes Parkinson's. And in the agricultural community, there's a lot of sprays and things that people use that are banned in other countries that are known to cause Parkinson's.
Wow. Well, we invite everybody out. City Limits Convention Center tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. It's the second annual Parkinson's Moving to Live Fall Conference. Scott, you'll be there. Love for people to come say hi, get more information. Go to the website, learn more, get registered, movingtolive.org. You're listening to 790 KXXX Farm and Country.
Thank you, guys. You guys are